Hey guys, what is up? It's your boy Moodzy back at it again with another Dragon Ball Super manga chapter review. We go on and embark on the new chapter, chapter 89, and a lot of interesting stuff are happening already. We see Trunks using the CD that he took from Dr. Hado in the previous chapter, and in it we see like a snippet of Cell Max being produced, I guess is the new Cell from the movie, which honestly is a really nice call forward, I would say, instead of a call back, since this is in the past. So this is further confirming my suspicion before I already deduced that this is the events are taking before Dragon Ball Super Heroes, which further indicates that these are all past events compared to the movie Dragon Ball Super Heroes. Teen Trunks, by the way, I'm still getting used to say Teen Trunks instead of Kid Trunks right now. So Teen Trunks actually does note that he sees the picture of Cell on the monitor. However, we know that this is not Trunks from the Cell arc. This is essentially Kid Trunks growing up, so he never met Cell. So it stands to reason that he doesn't know what he's looking at. But here's the interesting part. What I want to know, maybe I didn't pay attention to the last chapter, but in the last chapter, Dr. Hado says that this is like information that only exists in the CD. He doesn't have other copies. So this is probably like Dr. Jiro's own work. So this is probably the old Cell and a blueprint of the old Cell. So Dr. Hado is trying to recreate Cell, or maybe having some of the Dr. Jiro's data to power the androids that he's working on. So I think all this stuff is interesting. And I want to know, maybe all this stuff like is before maybe Dr. Hado actually goes to prison by the end of this arc, and in the movie he gets out of prison, and that's when he actually takes, I won't say revenge, but he creates the androids that are essentially the villains of the movie, or the antagonists in the Dragon Ball Superhero movie. Anyways, we are introduced by Bulma. Bulma comes to Trunks and just yells at him and is like, "What are you doing on my computer?" And she says that, "Oh, you did not inherit my brains. You just took your dad's bronze, and the brains is basically with Bra," which is the first time we've seen her in such a long time. She's grown up and she looks super adorable, to be honest. And I find it very hard to believe that she's this smart with computers at a young age. But hey, she's Bulma. When she was 16, she was brilliant as hell. So it stands to reason that a younger version of herself would be that smart. So yeah, I really would like to see Bra being her own character. We never saw her being like Bula or Bra, whatever you want to call her. We saw her in Dragon Ball GT being like a bitch to her dad. She's like loves shopping and whatnot, but we've never seen her doing anything within relevance when compared to Pan. We didn't even see her with Pan, honestly. It would stand to reason that her and Pan would be besties, but no, they're not. So I would like to actually see that kind of relationship between Bra and Pan. And by the way, I wouldn't even mind if Dragon Ball actually makes an entire spin-off just regarding on the two little girl Saiyans and how they go on their own battles. They go to space, they unlock Super Saiyan. That would be really awesome. So there's something interesting that happened in this manga chapter, and I need your help, guys. Whoever the two people that are watching, or the one and a half person that is watching my video, me being half and you, whoever's listening to me, let me know. What do you think about this scene? So in this manga chapter, we are introduced to the fact that Mai is enrolled in Trunks' high school. For me, what I think that happened is, I feel like Toyotaro in the previous chapter, he missed the opportunity to make that happen. I feel like he was trying, oh, hold on, let me enroll Mai in Trunks' high school, because it feels like just out of left field, all of a sudden in this manga chapter, Toyotaro has the need to explain the fact that, oh, rumors are going to be circulate that Mai is just a little girl, is like a teenager girl who's not attending school, so in order to not be suspicious, she has to attend school. Well, nobody gives a fuck. If she's someone who makes money, she works, nobody cares if she's going to school or not. It's not like everyone in the streets are gonna point fingers and be like, aha, this girl isn't going to school. There's something fishy going on. Like, who gives a shit? You know, she's working with Capsule Corp. That itself should exempt her from going to school. You know, people will be like, oh, she's making it in life. You're working as an engineer in Capsule Corp. So I just felt like Toyotaro was trying to create this sort of like more drama and spice things up by introducing Mai to school. So what do you think? Do you think I'm right, or do you think Toyotaro already had this plan prior to this? I'm curious. Also, just like classic shonen anime. Yo, this shit in shonen anime, like, it makes me want to pull my hair. It happens like in every single anime. Like, oh, suddenly a new transferred student comes out of nowhere, and mostly this new transferred student is, like, for some reason, is the antagonist. Wow. Wow, who'd have guessed? The antagonist all of a sudden just shows up. By the way, Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a habit, like a disgusting habit, to do that almost like every single chapter. In Season 0 Yu-Gi-Oh! The original series, all of a sudden every single chapter there's a new transfer student. That new transfer student is a dickhead. So apparently this dude is a dickhead. I didn't read the manga chapter entirely, but I can tell one of two things. Either that this dude is an angel, but I doubt it, or he's an android powered by Dr. Haido. It's one of the two. It cannot be anything other than that. And of course, the girls are already thirsting over this dude. They just want some of this dude, and it's just, it's really funny. Yo, I cannot wait for this shit to be animated. This is gonna be loads of fun when they do it. But yeah, it's really interesting seeing Goten and Trunks in school again. I really hope that they capture the ridiculousness of their power accurately and not underpower them so much like they did with Gohan. Like for Gohan, that is supposed to be like the speed, even if he's not the speed of light, even if it was hypersonic speed, he should be just like, he shouldn't have that much freaking drama that he had during the the arc of the Great Saiyaman, which by the way was a really fun arc, so I do understand that. But however, I just would have loved it if they made a more creative approach to indicate his struggles in the chapter. Yo, we finally have it. Yo, I always wanted to see Dragon Ball characters playing basketball. I always wondered how absolutely crazy it would see Dragon Ball characters to play basketball. It's the most ridiculous and OP shit. Yo, imagine that dude, Piccolo, 7'6" height, 7'6", playing in the NBA, playing basketball. He'd be unstoppable. Just forget about his super speed and his imposing height. The fact he can stretch his arms is just enough to make him overpowered. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who, like, Piccolo would have everybody on lockdown. Like, he just stretch his hands, and I don't even know if it's considered a three-pointer or not, if his feet are standing like in the three-point line, and he stretches his arms and scores it from there and just dunks it from the three-point line while standing because he stretches his arms. So yeah, this dude Trunks playing basketball and already gets his ball stolen, and he gets basically dunked on. Well, not literally dunked on, but he gets destroyed by this dude, which is kind of really funny, and all the girls like, ooh. You know, just generic girls on the sideline be like, oh my god, so cool, kawaii, and it's just, you know what? I'll allow it. I'm not gonna like hate on it. It's just funny. It's just funny. Seeing that in Dragon Ball is really funny. It puts a smile on my face. It's all fun. I love it. I'm all for it. Also, like, this confirms Dr. Hito is also the creator of this sort of like android. It only makes sense that he would be this strong because Dr. Hito created him. The extent of his power, we don't know, but it appears that Dr. Hito is trying to like reclaim the CD that got stolen from Trunks. So we're immediately in the classroom after the match, and Trunks is like, yeah, totally, I could have beat him one-on-one. It's like, his ankles are totally mine next time. So yeah, that's really funny. Like, Trunks acting like a kid, like any other kid on the court being destroyed, acting like he didn't just get dunked on. So that's pretty funny. My notice is that the dude that he played against isn't human at all. He's an android or a ghoul. That for me hasn't been clarified yet, unless it has and I haven't been paying attention, so let me know in the comments if I haven't, by the end of this review at least. So, Trunks, this is where we pan to the next scene where I really like this stuff. So this dude is trying to prank Trunks, or at least trying to test out Trunks' abilities, and he throws a football on him. The way Trunks ducks, the way he actually, like, deals with this situation acts really stupid. By just, oh, I'm gonna tie my shoes, and the ball comes back, and he goes up, let the ball hit against his head, and it goes against, like, the extinguisher, and it just, like, it blows against the dude's face. You know, this is the supernatural stuff that I really like to see with Dragon Ball characters, because Dragon Ball characters are obscenely powerful. I don't need to see a Dragon Ball character, like, destroying planets. That's not impressive to me anymore. I don't want to see Trunks doing that to actually show me how he's progressed as a fighter. But seeing how they can do crazy stuff like this, That's really impressive, and I like that stuff. Like, you achieve two things simultaneously. You achieve like creating something like a ridiculous funny thing, and also like a feat at the same thing. When I would say feat, well, like about how accurately he could just do all of that stuff without even like flaunting any sort of power. So I really like that. So basically, Dr. Hiro is just trying to confirm that Trunks is actually superhuman or super powerful. And he knows, and Trunks knows that he knows, but just Hido is trying just to prove it, just for the sake. And they're trying to do all this ridiculous stuff. And at the end scene, the end result of it, like him losing in math, and the dude tells Dr. Hiro, well, that doesn't prove anything. Dr. Hiro's like, yeah, I know it doesn't. I just wanted that win for myself. So that's actually funny. When it comes to comedy, I think Toyotaro is one of the things that he does better than Akira Toriyama is the comedy stuff, to be honest. Not to say that Akira Toriyama isn't funny, but to be honest, Akira Toriyama's like idea of being funny is Master Roshi being a pervert. Like, I don't know, maybe it's part of a different generation. I feel maybe the older generation back in the 80s would appreciate that kind of comedy, but I feel this type of comedy isn't that appealing anymore. I don't know. If you guys want to disagree with me, you can tell me in the comments down below. So Beta is basically an undercover superhero that just decides to fight Goten. When Goten does the most oblivious dumbass shit, he finds this baseball. Instead of like going down and lifting and taking the ball from underneath the car, he just lifts the entire car with one hand. And I was like, oh, here's your ball. And that's just really funny shit to me, to be honest. And Dr. Hiro confirms that, oh, that's possibly the kid that took the CD. So there's now a fight between Beta asshole right here against Goten. So basically a fight ensues between Beta and Goten. Goten is trying to dodge and not fight back to not reveal his identity, and he's just being very passive towards it. And here's where Trunks steps in. He transforms into his Saiyaman X, and the fight starts. By the way, I'm a big fan of this fight so far. I think it's really interesting. It's not doing anything to make Trunks look not impressive or to make him look weak. It's not there to make him look struggle. In fact, it feels like he's holding back, because if he transformed to a Super Saiyan, I feel like I have no doubt that he could finish him off really quickly. In fact, the only reason why he transformed into a Super Saiyan the first time was just to conceal his identity, similar to what Gohan did when he fought against the thieves back in the Great Saiyaman arc. So yeah, I actually really like that. It's just really fun. The fight is really fun. And by the way, yeah, the stuff that Trunks has stolen is from Dr. Gero. So the cell that we saw in the beginning of the manga chapter is the original cell. It's not Cell Max. So yeah, that confirms that I just wasn't paying attention until I saw it again. So upon seeing the disc, Beta just kidnaps Mai and flees with her, but he shoots like these missiles, which, unlike being a superhero, I don't know why he's trying to call himself a superhero trying to kill all these people. Dr. Hiro should know better than to do that. So I don't know, maybe it's a fault in his programming, but I do like how Goten interferes. He helps Trunks, and Trunks deflects all these missiles very effortlessly, by the way. And he uses this beam where it looks like he's holding back. So he uses this technique where he's like, with his air, he just destroys his suit without injuring Mai. And then he saves Mai, and Mai just remembers future Trunks, which was really a nice touch. So yeah, this manga chapter was really fun, by the way. It was solid, it was fun, it wasn't boring, it was a lot better than the previous manga chapter. So yeah, kudos for Toyotaro for including Mai in the school. That was actually a good idea, and I enjoyed this manga chapter a lot. So what do you guys think? Are you guys enjoying the new manga chapter? Do you think this stuff with Trunks is really fun? Do you like it? Do you miss Goku and Vegeta? I feel like I wouldn't mind if like for the next 6 months we're just having chapters like these. I don't mind at all. I like to see the slice of life. I like to see Goten and Trunks just trying to like reintroduce ourselves, or reintroduce Goten and Trunks, the new developed characters. So I really enjoyed that. So if you guys really like that, let me know. And if you guys enjoyed this review, then please let me know by commenting down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.